At my college graduation dinner, the one I paid for myself, with loans, working 2 jobs, my father raised his glass and said, "We're just so proud we could give both our kids everything they needed to succeed." I set down my fork and said, "Both of us?" Then explain where the $200,000 Grandpa left me actually went, because I have his trustee on the phone and he'd like to know too. The whole table went quiet. Let me back up. My grandfather Emil came to this country with nothing and built a fortune. And before he died, he saw exactly what my family was, that my brother Matteo was the golden one, and resources flowed toward him like water downhill, while I was furniture. So Emil set up 2 trusts, $200,000 each equal for me and Matteo for our education. He made my father the trustee. But he did one more thing my father never fully registered. He named a second trustee, his lawyer Arthur Weiss, and required both signatures for any disbursement over $5,000. My father found that insulting. So after Emil died, he charmed old Arthur into signing a letter letting him handle routine educational expenses without a second signature. That letter was the crack, and my father drove a truck through it. Matteo went to an expensive private school, totaled 2 cars. Took a gap year in Europe, and my father, trustee of both trusts, covered the overflow using my trust. By the time I was ready for college, my $200,000 fund had $11,000 left, and they didn't tell me. My mother sat me down and said money was tight, I'd need loans, it would build character. I was 17. I didn't know I was an heiress being told she was poor, so I took out $60,000 in loans. I worked 2 jobs for 4 years. And Matteo posted photos from Barcelona on my education. I found out at 24, packing up my grandmother's apartment when I found the trust documents. $200,000 dated the year I was 11. I called Arthur Weiss, now 83. There was a long silence. Then he said, "Your father told me those expenses were for you. I think I made a very serious mistake. As co-trustee, I have a duty to you, and I intend to fix it." And came Matteo's graduation dinner, and my father raised his glass to giving both his kids everything. Backhand index pointing right, full story on the channel link below. What Arthur said when I put him on speakerphone in front of the whole family, and how a clause my grandfather wrote 12 years earlier gave me back my life. You have to hear it.